As you can see, I am coming to you from Cengage Mindtap world, and I wanted to show you a neat tool over here on the right-hand side. There are flashcards that you can select, and I thought I would preview Chapter 9 using these flashcards. So you select your chapter up here, and then you'll notice there are as many flashcards as there are key concept terms for the chapter. You can hide a card once you have mastered the meaning. Flipping the card allows you to see the definition on the back. And then over here, you can select next card. You can go back a card. You can shuffle the deck. You can even add your own cards if you feel there's extra information that you want to quiz yourself on. Super great resource. So let's look at communication inside of organizations. And first we have to talk about structure and how the organization is set up. And structure includes the roles, the rules, policies. It includes communication networks. And the structure provides the members within the organization that predictability so that they can get their work done because they are comfortable inside of the structure. So talking about communication networks, and I'll go ahead and flip it as I discuss it. So these communication networks are set up inside of the organization so that you know who is in your groups. You can have lots of little groups. Maybe it's the person that shares your office. And so you'll communicate inside of that two-person network. Maybe you're at a meeting once a week or once a month. And so you have that communication network set up for you. And maybe you are completing a task alongside several people, and that's another communication network. So communication networks set up with inside of your structure in the organization. Now, rights are these formal events that are super important to your organization, and not our discussion board, but our case study this week is all about rights. And these are these special events that help to set the organization's identity and create the culture that they want. And they don't happen that often, but they are special when they do happen, as you'll see, of course. The next card, rituals are more of an everyday occurrence inside of the organization. They begin the moment that you pull into the parking lot at your job, and probably you may even have some designated parking areas. They may not even be identified, but you know, as a new employee, you need to park near the back and reserve the front spots for employees who have been there the longest or who have higher positions than you have. And then you go inside the office and you know that you have to start your day at the coffee pot and get your cup of coffee so that you can also learn what you need to do that day. And that's part of the ritual that you have established at your workplace. And rituals last all day long, and even at the end of the day. How do you know when it's time to leave? Well, you've learned through your rituals that no one leaves until the boss leaves. And then you can trickle out, perhaps even in a certain order. You've created those nice rituals to follow. Roles have to be established early on, and it's important for new members to understand and recognize their roles, their expected behaviors based on their positions inside of that company. And when people do not follow the roles, then it gets tense, and perhaps an employee has to be reprimanded, maybe even removed if they refuse to acknowledge and follow their role. Policies, these are more formal rules, and they might be given to you in a policy manual upon employment. And these are also essential because these help you understand that organizational culture and the rules that need to be followed. And then we're back to structure. Another thing that you want to consider when studying this chapter, the chapter goes into looking at the digital influence and how technology has helped us, perhaps also distracted us within our cultures at work. And then also our discussion board this week is going to be super interesting, and I can't wait to hop on and hear what you have to say about relationships and friendships inside of your work culture, specifically with your supervisors. Hope you enjoy this